What do you enjoy about wine?
Well, I love drinking it. I drank wine in England, and then coming back here, I mean, still like wine, and took a trip here in 2006, and was just down the valley, and at a place called Quintessa, and was set up by my agent at that point in time, and it was a beautiful morning, and rose petals leading out to the grassy knoll in the middle of the property, which I found out later wasn't for me, it was a wedding the night before. But anyway, rose petals on the way out, picnic table, beautiful view looking south. The fog is like clearing out and pulling back down into San Francisco, into the bay, and just being like, it's like 10 a.m. and I'm drinking white wine, and it's amazing. And wow, it'd be so cool to have something like this someday. And thinking to myself that, obviously dreaming about that. And then also thinking that maybe that would only remain a dream, maybe.
And you really had that thought even then? Your first time?
That was literally it wasn't the very first time I'd been here, but it was the first time I really experienced Napa well. Like private tastings and stuff like that. That's the only way to go. You can go to cellar doors, sure, but you really want the backstage pass. You want a barrel taste. You want personal one-on-one to explain the vineyard, explain the wine, explain the varietals, how much is produced, the whole scene. Just understand what you're drinking. But I in my mind I thought, oh my God, it's probably $50 million to have a winery, and I thought, I don't have that. And I definitely 100% thought yet, because I definitely believed I would have $50 million someday. And so I was like, yet. And anyway, I saw this at the end of 2008, and 2009 bought it, and started the process of, permitting and plans and erosion control meetings, and, they even, on every new property to plant, they have to go around and check and see if there's any rare artifacts, rare plants, so that if there is, you can't plant there, you can't dig it up. So anyway, you have to go through all those processes. So it takes a long time. So the planting took years from that point on. And so 2014 was the first year that was the first vintage that was for sale. So, bought it in 2009. It took till 2014 before something was actually ready to be. The 14 was ready, but sold in 17. So there you go. So 2009 to 2017.
How much of an educational process has it been for you?
I mean, I love the whole process, so I just slowly learn. It's not like I went immersion style and, did a course or something. For me, it's just coming to the valley, going and doing wine tastings. While I'm here, I'm going to plan a wine tasting at someone else's place, because that's what I loved doing when I first came. I still love doing that now. I also love seeing other properties, hearing other stories. And it's I feel like it's one of those communities where it's a little more of an all for one kind of community instead of competitive. So, I love that sort of mindset. And there's plenty of, we make a lot of wine here in this valley, but there's plenty of wine needed in the world. So there's enough for all.
How did the experience building this vineyard compare to what you would have expected?
I don't know if this sounds bad, but I mean, I ended up, drinking a glass of my wine off the property for the first time and going look, everything was done here to make sure it was done at the highest level. My winemaker helped pick the property. So it's grade A++ soil, and helped, pick the farmers and the rootstock and the clones and, everything to make it the highest level performing vineyard possible. But when you drink that first glass of wine, you go, and I was like, oh, thank God, it's really good. You just don't know, because.
Were you nervous?
Sure, you always hope it's going to be really good, but you don't know until you get it. So, you're left up to nature and, the process and the people that are in place, and, hoping that it all was done at that highest level, even though that's the intention and that's what you think's happening. There's plenty of things in life that surprise you, but I was surprised in a relieved way that, damn, this is just as good as I hoped, if not better.